9 a.m. and we are sailing. We finally got the sails to fill. We got some wind filled in behind us, which is nice, and cut the motor. So we've been sailing for about half hour, maybe a little bit more. Do the circle template again. Okay, time to go back inside. The waves are starting to get a little crazy out there. We're definitely in the river. Yeah. It's funny, it affects it so far out here. It's like, holy crap. You see the size of those square waves coming at us? So we are passing across the mouth of the river, exiting Barranquilla, and the water has changed to this crazy brackish green color. There must be a lot of water coming down there because we're at least 5 miles offshore and the entire area is just surrounded. Like, we're just, you can see it's a completely different color than I've ever seen since, I think the last time I saw that color might have been in Canada in fresh water. That's a more common color for water up there, but it just almost instantly went from this royal navy blue to boom, green. And it looks like it might be a little more brownish up front, we're not sure yet, but yeah, we're just sailing along and watching out for square waves, because apparently as the water comes out of the river and the waves are coming back from the ocean, the two of them mix and collide and give you a bad mix of square waves. So we saw a couple of them there just a minute ago. But so far so good, nothing outlandish, but we're keeping an eye on it and getting ready to jibe soon to head around the point of Barranquilla and over towards Porto Veneto. So that'll be our next maneuver, probably in the next 10-15 minutes, and start heading inland around the point of the river. Uh-oh. A beautiful all afternoon sail, we are in, or arriving at, Porto Veneto. So you can see it just behind, and there's a big bay in behind that flatland, the headland right in there. So we're just going down and looking for the entrance down there somewhere, but still sailing, following seas, Kind of murky water still again, coming down from the river obviously. But this will be our first stop on our way south to Cartagena. So you can see there's other boats in there. I believe there's a marina as well. So once we get around the headland, we'll be pulling up there in the main anchorage and settling in for the evening. So very nice day on the water, and hopefully tomorrow is just as good. And that should put us in Rosario with the rest of the boats sometime early to mid-afternoon, so we can spend one afternoon there and see everybody before we all head to the big city of Cartagena. So that'll be tomorrow. Just as a quick lesson or quick pointer, this is where you learn to not always trust your charts, because if you look at this chart, you can see clearly we are nowhere near the landmass. Even this one shows us we are not near the landmass, but you look out and there's the landmass. So that is not charted properly, and that's why it's only reasonable to approach in the daylight. So that's why you always need to take caution in areas like this. It even warns on the chart that things may change, but obviously that's a big change. That's just not charted properly. So you really got to pay attention to things like that, and that's why it's not really good advice, and it's not advisable to go around wandering around here in the dark. So that's why we're putting in for the night, and then we'll take off again first thing in the morning, daylight, and head up to, or down to, Rosario. So that'll be our next stop tomorrow. Meantime, we'll get situated in here and see what it's going to be like. Yeah, you got the helm, sir? Yep. All right. Our brand new snubber, thanks to Mantis Marine. We wanted to try this one, the really heavy duty one. I've tried some of the thinner ones before and they just don't work, but this thing is a beast. So we're going to try it for the first time today. Alright, so this is just going to hook right on. It's made for 10 mil chain, and then it's got a retaining strap just to lock it around the chain so it can't slide off. So this just locks in there like that, pulls around and clip, and that's it. Alright, want to let out the chain. Okay. That should be good. Snubbed. I can't see that one ever bending. I wouldn't want to be on board if it did bend. That's a lot of wind. Yeah, I really don't think we have much to worry about with that Mantis anchor down there. That thing is a beast. And we're only in, what, 13 feet below the keel, so less than 20 feet overall. We've got 80 feet out and the snubber, so about 90 feet complete. So we got a good amount of wind, but yeah, with that much weight on the bottom, I think we're gonna sleep tonight. Tomorrow morning comes early, probably gonna get up 5:30, pull anchor, and just set sail straight downwind and head for next destination, Rosario. So that's the morning. So now tonight, I think we're just gonna chill. Enjoy the area, enjoy the breeze, open up the windows for the first time in a long time. All the hatches have been sealed up for 2 weeks. 2 weeks since we've been in Santa Marta, because the marina had no wind or it was always full of mosquitoes. So we sealed everything up and put the air conditioning on. So it's gonna be real nice to have fresh breeze tonight. Looking forward to that. Time to shut down the motor. And that's it. Call it a day. Go down and shut off my instruments and we are done for the evening. Better way to cap off an evening than a stir fry. Yeah, what do we got?
We have, what do we have? Just an Asian stir fry with some carrots and green beans, eggplant, some rice cooking, all sorts of things. Ginger, lots of ginger.
It smells absolutely yummy. And to cap it all off, a beautiful sunset, and we got a new neighbor in the anchorage. What better to have as an anchor neighbor than a tall ship? Seriously, he comes in at sunset and drops anchor right behind us. How cool is that? Just look at that guy. Massive. That's a nice way to end an evening. It's almost like a storybook ending. And fade to black. That was crazy. We just had 2, maybe 3 of the biggest waves we'd seen so far. They weren't even that huge, maybe 3, well, I'd say maybe 4 meters. But we got surfing down the front of one and we saw 16.5 knots on the chart plotter. It was like, holy crap, that's the fastest speed the boat's gone. Before that, the fastest I think was 14.3 or 4 up in Canada when I was in front of a big squall one time. Yeah, this one got us surfing down a wave and it was pretty wild. It was pretty quiet actually, as we were down inside the wave. There was no wind and we were just surfing with it, and it was like, wow, hold on. But yeah, I don't see anything good coming anymore. A little bit. These are about 3 meters. Whoosh.